Hi friends. So today we're going to talk about a parable. Have you heard the word parable before? I wonder, what does the word parable mean? Well, a parable is a short fictitious story that teaches us something. Either something about God or something about our morals or the way that we should act. And Jesus loved to teach in parables. He used these stories to explain and communicate his points. And of course, it's easier to understand something when we can relate to it, right? So he liked to use things that were familiar to the people of the time that he was talking to. One of those stories that he told had to do with house building. This parable is from Matthew chapter 7, verses 24 through 27. And it says, "Everybody who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise builder who built a house on bedrock. And when the rain fell and the floods came and the winds blew and beat up against the house, it didn't fall because it was set firmly on bedrock. But everybody who hears these words of mine and doesn't put them into practice will be like a fool who built a house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the wind blew and beat against that house, and it fell and was completely destroyed." I wonder what kind of storms we encounter in our lives, like the storms we hear in this parable. I bet we could think of some. Maybe the challenges of moving to a new school or to a new town, losing a toy that we really love, or a pet. There are lots of different storms that come up in our lives. But let's take a look at these houses. This is the house that Jesus talked about. It was built on a bedrock foundation. Well, the storms came. The floods came. The wind blew. But that house didn't go anywhere. Now, how about that house that was built on the sand? This house. The rains came. The floods came. The wind blew. And that house was destroyed. Wow, what a big difference between the house that was on the bedrock and the house on the sand. The house on the sand was completely gone. Jesus says that we are to hear his words and to put them into practice. I wonder how we can do that. Well, when we read, wonder, listen, and pray, our foundation in God gets stronger and stronger. Like that house on the bedrock, the one that stood firm. The more we know and love God, the more stable and reliable our faith is. So that even in the hard times, even when it feels like a big storm has come up, we can hold firm and know that God's got this.